Hi guys, well, welcome back. So thank you for your support for the videos. That means a lot to me because I'm actually glad that you guys are interested in what I'm going to say and what I have to say. Sorry, my music might be a little too loud. Background music. Okay, so a lot of you guys have been asking me to do a video about the adoption.
At this moment that he knew, he fucked up.
And the process, and then like my birth story, and like what ended up happening, and then like why I did the adoption in the first place. So there was a bit of a commotion I saw on Instagram. Basically, I felt like you were kind of like throwing things in shade at me and my husband when that's not actually true. Like, yes, we were on birth control. Yes, he used a condom. But you know, sometimes things just don't work. Like birth control just, my hair is like sticking up on my head. Birth control just does not work for me. I've used a Mirena, I had the patch, and then I had the ring. So for some reason, it just does not want to be working with my body or my system. And it just like automatically decided that like you're not gonna, birth control is not gonna work for your body. You're gonna get pregnant. And I'm really fertile, I guess. I don't really know, I have not been tested for that, but I assume that because I have been pregnant on multiple occasions. But I do want to make this video so that I can clarify some things and let you guys know what we did, why we did, so you guys don't go and assume things, so you can like understand from like our perspective. Like, we're young, you know, like I'm going on 20, my husband's going on 22, so we're a young couple. But it's also, so I'm sorry, my dogs are really just want to be a part of this video. Anyways, so here it goes again. I'm trying to see where I should start off with. Yeah. So I got pregnant. I was living in Maryland, and that's when I met. Oh my gosh, y'all, knock it off. Go to your bed. Bed. Anyways, I ended up getting pregnant, and we were stationed in Maryland at the time, or he was stationed in Maryland. I was living there. My dad was in the military, and so that's the reason why we were in Maryland. We travel around a lot, so that was my dad's last duty station. My husband was stationed in DC. He was stationed over at the Marine Barracks, that's over there in DC. And you know, we met up, we had a date, and I guess within the first month of like me knowing and meeting each other, I ended up getting pregnant. And yes, I was on birth control. I had the Mirena. And it just did not work. And so I went in, I got my IUD taken out, and you know, the baby was okay, and we checked everything. And they made sure that like, you know, like she was healthy. We didn't know the gender at the time. We were just kind of like confused. And I remember because like I have like a ton of videos from like when my husband and I were finding out, and we were flying back, and I was like, oh my gosh, this really happens, like what, you know. And sometimes life likes to throw curveballs at you. Like, stuff happens. Like, it's not, we didn't intend to get pregnant, and we also did not intend to get pregnant the second time. Like, it was, you know, it was kind of a situation where we're financially stable, we're perfectly fine. You know, everyone's gonna have like their own viewpoint on our opinion and like what we decide to do, but honestly, only that matters is like what we decide to do. So yeah, so, you know, halfway through the pregnancy, I was starting to have like doubts that we weren't going to be able to do a good job parenting because he's going to be deploying soon, and I have to work, and I can't, like, you know, like I can't be in a house 24/7 not being able to do anything. Like, I respect those moms that are house moms and that stay home 24/7, because that is a job. Like, honestly, it really is, because you're taking care of your kid, you're taking care of your animals, and I respect that 100%. Now, what I don't respect are people telling me that I gave up my kid because I couldn't handle it, or because I wasn't ready, or because my husband made me do the adoption and that I was forced to do it. That is not entirely true. I accepted and I could have spoken up, but I just didn't speak up sooner that I didn't want to do the adoption, and we still did the adoption regardless, but we still ended up like, I felt like I still ended up making a really bad choice when I know that deep down we helped someone. We gave them a miracle, we did something for them, and it just kind of like breaks my heart when I see people and they just want to assume things that they don't know. Like, put yourself in my shoes, for an example, and you just met someone, and it hasn't even been a year yet, it's been 6 months, and you guys can find out that you're pregnant, and all this stuff has to happen, and you have a possibility of losing your job, and you have to move cross country, and you don't have to, you're forced to move cross country. We didn't have the option of staying in Maryland, we didn't have the option of staying in DC. He got kicked out of the program because I was pregnant, because if you want to say we made a childish mistake, and like, we are, as adults, are supposed to be responsible and make choices, and we fix those mistakes, and in our mind we were fixing a mistake that, I guess you could say, she wasn't a mistake, it was like a happy accident, and it was very surprising. And never in my heart will I ever think that she would ever be a mistake. That is, like, definitely not how I view it. I view it as, it is a time we were not ready. Now, I am currently 6 months postpartum, and I may not be 100% ready, but I am definitely a lot more ready than I was when I first ended up being pregnant. And I may say that, like, 6 months is not that far away, or it wasn't that long, because technically it isn't that much of a time space to heal and to, like, kind of, like, accept things, but it's half a year, and I think in my mind what I'm trying to say, and like what I did, I'm just like, I'm trying to, like, heal for myself. Like, I'm trying to make sure that I'm doing the right thing, and in my case, us keeping the baby, that's what we want to do. We think that is the right thing, and it's in the past. Like, whatever was in the past is in the past. What we're gonna do now is, like, what's gonna happen. But we have an open relationship, like an open adoption with the adopted parents. So we are able to text them and ask for updates, or call them, like, we can FaceTime them. They live in Oklahoma. Now, we found them through a company called Adopt Help, and it's not a sponsor, but they were super, super nice. They were super, super easy to work with, and they actually said that I was like a rare unicorn, which means in their program that I am super easy to work with. I was very lenient, it was a very painless process to go through, and there are honestly, like, a ton of people that would be able to have, the opportunity that I would, to be able to give a kid up and have someone adopt that child. Now, I'm not saying that everyone should do what I did, because it was our choice and we decided to do what we wanted to do because we thought it was the right thing. And that's honestly, that really just matters. We have support on both ends. We have support from our friends, we have support from our family, and I've got support from people I don't even know. They're just like, oh, you did the right thing, you did 100%. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I am in support groups, and I need to be in support groups, because over the times I did have postpartum depression for 3 months, 4 months even after the pregnancy, because I did not want to do the adoption. And I can't go back in the past and be like, oh, I want to change this. If I could, I would, but I can't. So this is me accepting what ended up happening. This is me, like, just moving on, and I'm going to ignore all the negativity, and I thank those of you guys that support me and that, understand and walk with me with everything that has happened in my life. and in this process with the adoption. So that means a lot to me, and I am really thankful for you guys that understand. So on that side note, I really had to get that off my chest because I felt like a lot of people don't really understand from my perspective. Like, I know some of you may not get it, you may not understand, you may not know why we did what we did, but it is a very mature decision. Abortion was not in the deciding factor. We wanted to help someone, we couldn't help ourselves at the moment, so we just decided to help another family. But I will tell you, a lot of people that have, been like super like helpful with everything and understanding, we have like a bunch of like baby stuff that a couple of our current friends are actually pregnant right now, so I'm actually going to give away a bunch of the baby stuff for them, because as a military spouse, one of the biggest things that we have is a lot of support and communication within the branches of just, not even just the Marines. My husband is the Marines, but not just because of the Marines. There's Air Force, there's the Coast Guard, there's the Navy, and then there's the Army. We have a lot of support from a lot of people. And I want to give a bunch of stuff to them just because, like, we don't really need it. Like, what's the point? We don't need the extra stuff. Like, we have a baby on the way, but I'm not as far along as they are, so they need it more than I do. So actually, one of you guys did ask me about the booties a little while ago. My friend of mine, her name's Melanie, her sister, I believe is what she told me, made these. She actually knit these, and they are super, super adorable. We had mentioned that we were going to have a girl, and let me tell you, I'm pretty sure, there goes the shoe, I'm pretty sure we're going to have another girl. Then again, my cravings are so weird because my husband thinks that we're going to have a boy, because I'm craving totally different things that I craved for my first pregnancy. Like, oh, let's see. Pickles. I hate pickles. Those of you that know me, I am not a fan of pickles. But with this pregnancy, I've been craving pickles. Like, I'm not gonna lie, we have an entire jar of pickles that we bought because I wanted it. And I'm not talking little jar, I'm talking the colossal size jar with the big pickles. And let me tell you that that pickle jar is almost gone. So I do have a couple things that I'm gonna hold on to, just because they were given to me by friends that were for her. I got this life box also from my friend Melanie. She gave them to me along with the shoes that she had. So I keep the shoes inside this life box along with her onesie that we had, the newborn onesie, that has all of the names of the people that were at my baby shower that had signed it, and now we're basically like, we love you so much, I can't wait to meet you. And it's kind of like, it's a reminder to her, because my husband actually asked me earlier today, he's like, oh, what do you think she's gonna do when she, when she wakes up, or not wakes up, but when she gets older, when she turns 18 and she wants to know who her real parents are or something like that. Actually, no, my husband did not ask me, my brother asked me about that. And I was basically like, because it's an open adoption, she has that opportunity to reach out to us when she gets older, and she is able to make that connection. And I honestly think that is literally a blessing, because it would help her understand and kind of see from my point of view. Like, I am adopted too. I don't know my biological parents. I think it is such an amazing thing that the adoptive parents are able to allow her to have that like knowledge that she will know who her adoptive parents are going to be when she gets older. So I honestly think that means that's like a lot for me, because I didn't know my biological parents, and I'm glad that they are able to tell her who she is, and that they're gonna let her, reach out to me if she needs to. But yeah, so also, these were my bands that I had on when I was in the hospital, and I'll keep these more for like my sake, because I don't know if they ended up keeping hers or not. Actually, no, this one's mine. Yeah, it has my name on it. Funny thing is, we actually got a, a social security card for her. So because she was adopted, she has actually her own social security card with her own name. Parents A and B decided to name her Alexandria, so her name is Alexandria and her middle name is Nicole, and I think that is such a beautiful name because they still went with the traditional A names because we were gonna name her Aria, but I honestly think that's like, I think that's like super cute, and I think that was like, oh, thank you. So please like and subscribe, and also don't forget to turn on the notification bell. I'll talk to you guys later.